Old man winter gearing up with several Arctic blasts on the way to central and eastern Kentucky. We'll put a time on each of those with a 7-day forecast coming up.
EKU officials continue to investigate a threat made here on campus.
A man helps recover the car someone stole from him just a couple of days ago. We'll show you how he tracked it down.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5.
Okay, hope you did not get too attached to today's beautiful weather.
Yeah, tomorrow we will be waking up to snow and much colder temperatures. We begin with WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey tracking the changes on the First Alert Defender.
Yeah, starting to see those changes now with clouds quickly increasing across the bluegrass region. And those clouds are kind of a harbinger of things to come with some snow showers, squalls, and much colder weather. That's right behind an Arctic front that is surging its way in from northwest to southeast as of now. That cloud line, by the way, is right on top of Lexington. So if you look to the south, you'll see clear skies. Look to the north, nothing but overcast conditions. The snow squalls, nothing is out there now. And if you're going to be looking for something on your radar apps this evening or on Defender, you're not going to find a whole lot. It's once that wind kicks into high gear late tonight and tomorrow morning, we will see snow showers and squalls begin to develop, and that will create some slick spots just in time for the morning commute tomorrow into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. Gusty winds and falling temperatures will go along with that. So your winter weather impact, this isn't a big system, but it will be enough with the timing on that to impact your morning commute tomorrow with a little bit of snow, most areas an inch or less of snow, coatings to an inch, but gusty winds will blow whatever does fall around where you live. So things will kind of take on a little bit of a nasty tone for a few hours tomorrow morning. That's the first in a series of Arctic cold fronts and snow squalls that I'm tracking into your 7-day forecast. A lot to talk about when I come back in about 10 minutes.
We are tracking a breaking news alert out of Lexington happening this afternoon.
Dunbar High School sent a letter home to parents after administrators found a gun on campus. That gun was found on a student just before the end of the day.
WKYT's Jordan Valines is live for us at the school with the breaking details.
That's right. We're told that just before school dismissed this afternoon, officials here at Dunbar High School discovered that a student had a gun in his backpack. Although the gun wasn't loaded, we're told that he also had ammunition in his backpack as well. At this time, the school hasn't released information on how they found out about the location of the gun. Shortly after the incident, an email was sent out to parents informing them of the situation and that the student will face serious administrative consequences through the school district. And within the last few minutes, we've learned that the student has been charged and taken into custody by Lexington police. And of course, we will have much more for you on this story tonight at 6. Live in Lexington, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Thank you, Jordan. There's extra security on the Eastern Kentucky University campus today because of a threat.
A message promising violence on February 11th was found in a campus building last week, and today the campus was quiet, with many people opting to simply stay home. WKYT's Sam Smith is live for us on campus with our top story at 5. Sam?
With today being the day listed in the threat, students had the choice to stay home. Earlier today, I spoke with students that chose to go to class.
It's even eerie in a way. There's nobody in my dorm, nobody up moving around. There's nobody on campus at all.
The threat reads, "Bring gun to here. Today's date, dead students." Campus police are working with state police and Richmond police to find the person that wrote that message. They've received several leads. Those leads were followed on, but they have not led to any arrests. Walking around campus today, it was clear several students chose to stay away. Areas like the Powell building were empty. Students described it as strange and like a ghost town. Some of the students that went to campus today registered for the campus alert system rave, and they showed they were EKU strong with these shirts.
We're open today. We've got tutoring centers open. We've got classes in session, and we're basically just showing that, we don't condone things like terroristic threats here on campus, which is pretty awesome.
EKU officials want to encourage everyone to sign up for the Campus Alert program, not just for today, but for any future emergencies. Live from the EKU campus, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Sam, thank you. There are 2 big events on campus tonight. Alton Brown at the EKU Center and a basketball game with Morehead State. Both will have extra security.
A man has his car back days after someone stole it from outside his Lexington home. Turns out it was pretty easy for him to find. WKYT's Sean Moody shows us how he tried to help police catch the thief as well.
Muthina Al-Majmi says the last time he saw his SUV, it was warming up here along Laredo Drive on Monday morning, but someone stole it. This morning, he found himself right behind it, driving along New Circle Road. Al-Majmi said it had been a tough couple of days since his Honda CR-V was stolen while it was warming up outside his home. He doesn't speak a lot of English, so his friend Morris Saeed helped us out.
It was hard because when he got it to his family to go to school, back and forth to school, it was easier for him to go to work and, you know, put in some hours. But when it was stolen, he had to take off work to take him to school and bring it back from school.
But this morning, while Al-Majmi was driving his other car to work, something caught his eye.
He was going to work today and he saw it on New Circle Road.
He hesitated to call police. He was afraid he wouldn't be able to communicate with them, so he called Saeed.
I was like, well, be careful. You never know if he have, you know, any weapons or anything, you know, be careful.
They ended up in this parking lot along Liberty Road. Al-Majmi pulled in behind to block the SUV in. Police said the man implied he had a weapon in his pocket and got away. Police believe the SUV was used in at least 2 burglaries across Lexington after it was stolen. They say thieves will often steal cars so they can commit crimes with them. Oddly enough, this is the second time the two have had an encounter with car thieves over the past couple of weeks. Back on February 1st, someone stole Saeed's car from his driveway while it was warming up. He caught the theft on a surveillance camera. He got that car back a few days later. And both Maurice and Muthina said they plan to keep their cars locked from now on. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Police said the man who was driving it was a young black man about 5'6" with a stocky build and was wearing a black and white hoodie. President Obama has made his official request to use military force against ISIS.
As Craig Boswell shows us, it is up to Congress to debate the request and approve it.
President Obama wants Congress to approve his plan to fight ISIS.
We hope that Congress will assume that responsibility and act in bipartisan fashion to lend their support.
The president's proposal includes a 3-year authorization for using military force. U.S. forces will be able to fight ISIS and affiliated groups no matter where they're located, and it prohibits enduring ground combat operations. But the White House has left open the possibility that ground troops may be necessary.
We do need the President of the United States and the Commander-in-Chief, both this one and the next one, to have the ability to respond to specific contingencies.
There's strong support on Capitol Hill for Congress to pass something, but the details of the White House proposal have already sparked a heated debate.
The president's point is that he wants to dismantle and destroy ISIS. I haven't seen a strategy yet that I think will accomplish that.
Some lawmakers from both sides of the aisle say they are opposed to the authorization request as it's currently written.
The ground troop language is a concern. I'm concerned about its breadth and potential vagueness, but that's exactly what the process is for.
While the debate to formally authorize military force is just beginning, the U.S. continues to strike ISIS targets in Iraq and Syria. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has promised to begin hearings on the authorization quickly. The final vote is expected in March.
The goal is to put a stop to bullying in Kentucky. Today, a group in charge of figuring out how to do that met for the 3rd time. WKYT's Whitney Wetzel shows us what they're doing to come up with some recommendations for state officials.
The Youth Bullying Prevention Task Force met for the 3rd time this morning to talk about ways to prevent harassment in Kentucky schools. The 22-member panel created by Governor Steve Beshear is studying ways to prevent bullying by analyzing laws and policies, as well as interviewing school professionals, bullying victims, and other experts. The speaker this morning showed the panel research that categorizes bullying as an adverse childhood experience. According to that research, trauma from those experiences is linked to higher instances of smoking and lung cancer, obesity, drug use and alcoholism, as well as depression and suicide. State educators on the panel say bullying in schools nationwide continues to grow, and that's why they're looking for ways to slow the trend in Kentucky schools.
Bullying is still pervasive, but in today's climate, cyberbullying is even more prevalent across our Kentucky schools, and a lot of that happens outside of the school day, and we see also adult and community bullying issues that we need to address also.
The task force will continue to hold monthly meetings until they present their findings and recommendations to the governor this fall. In Frankfurt, Whitney Wetzel, WKYT.
The task force is also in the process of forming committees around 3 core areas that include community outreach, school programming, and legislation.
A shooting leaves 3 members of the same family dead. The reason police are looking at whether it's a hate crime.
Getting a vaccination can be frightening and painful for a child, but there are some things you can do to make it easier. We'll explain that in Better Living.
And a man known for pretending to be disabled in order to scam people is facing new charges. The crime he's accused of on WKYT News at 5:30.